Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. This is sharing day. We do this once a week, every Tuesday. And this quarter's shawl is the Alicia knit shawl pattern that we will be talking about and making and showing in a variety of ways for the entire season. And if you choose to purchase the entire quarter, we have two sponsors this season as well. We have I Like Knitting Magazine and Ancient Arts Fibers, and you can find information about both of them on the pattern, the free pattern page, and the download pattern page as well. And there are promotions with both of them. You can get a really great deal on the I Like Knitting Magazine subscription for $5. There's information about that in the on the pages as well, and there's a discount and a coupon code for purchasing the yarn from Ancient Art Fibers to make the shawl. So let's see who's here this morning. We have hi Sharon and Judy, Miss Muffet, Nancy, Steffi, Thea, Joe, Val, Donna, Carrie. Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're having a great day. So we'll see what today presents. Hi, Rita and Diane and Glenda. Good morning. Hope everybody's having a great day so far. Baby Bjorn is sitting here with us as usual. Hi, Leona. Good morning. Let's see. Hi, Mariana. Thank you for sharing the links, Judy. So Judy's sharing links to where you can get the pattern and where you can get the special discount for the Alicia yarn kit through Ancient Arts Fibers. Hi, LaShara. All right, so let's see. We'll wait a few minutes for people to pop over from pre-chat and notifications. Hi Joe, if you are new to my channel, I'm Kristin Omdahl, and we do lots and lots of live stream podcasts here, lots and lots of knit and crochet tutorials. If you like my content, please consider subscribing to my channel. There's a subscribe button down below, and you can click the bell button next to it to be notified every time I go live and every time I release a new tutorial. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Let's see if there's any questions. Hi, Sandra and Crazed Vintage Model. Rita, Terry, Lashera. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great day so far. Happy Tuesday. This is our Shawls for Sharing Giving Tuesday make along. I do this every Tuesday. If anybody's having connection issues, it could be you, it could be me, I don't know. I've had connection issues ever since the hurricane, and things just maybe, I don't know, just doing the best I can with circumstances. Hi, Bonnie. I'm doing okay, Bonnie. How are you? Hi, Tina. Good morning. Oh, I have a tip about notifications. If you have clicked on notifications on my channel, but you're still not getting notifications on your phone or whatever device you're viewing, and allow notifications on the app as well. So once you do that, you're notifying this shawl. Yet I wanted to talk today about the construction of the shawl and explain some of the ways that you can alter it if maybe it might be too hard for you. Maybe you're not a skilled knitter. Maybe you are a beginner. Maybe you don't knit at all. And over the course of the next several weeks, I'm going to be not only showing you the tutorial video for how to make the shawl example. This shawl has a really beautiful embossed design down the center gusset here, showing X's and O's to signify the love and strength that we wish for somebody when we're giving something for charity, or if we're giving something as a gift even. We put a lot of thought into us knitters and crocheters, and isn't that so special? It's something so unique to people that make things by hand. We have the ability to add so much more thought and intention to our gifts than when we buy things store-bought. And especially when you have to make every single stitch of a fabric, there's thousands and thousands of intentions in there, and I think there's something so magical and special about that. So I thought having a little added message in the texture of the stitches with this slightly embossed X's and O's signifying hugs and kisses was just a really nice thought. Now, if that chart and those instructions to do that center gusset are a little too complicated for you, you could skip that section and just make the shawl without the gusset and just do these stitches just plain knitting like you do the sides too. Wouldn't that be great? So if you wanted to, you could do that way. So first I'm going to make a tutorial video on more simple stitches where we won't do any purls. We'll just do all knits and yarn overs. And then after that, I'm going to show you how we can take this X and O chart and maybe just do it one time to do the crown of a hat, to make a hat with an X, with the X's and O's and the crown. Won't that be fun too? And I think that that will be a nice way to introduce knitting in the round for a hat for somebody who maybe doesn't feel comfortable starting with a small X design as a little square, is that we'll work that back and forth in rows, and then we'll be able to pick up and knit around that square to work in the round, so that we don't have to start with 4 or 8 or 12 stitches in the beginning. It'll make it a lot easier if you're new to working in the round and not very comfortable with double point needles. And thank you, Bonnie. Thank you. Bonnie likes the way my patterns are written. By the way, this pattern has every single row written out, even though there is a multiple to it, and you can certainly understand the multiple and memorize the multiple and follow the chart and not have to read the pattern rows. You can also read every single line. It's all written out so that if you want to just check off one line at a time and just follow verbatim, you can do that as well. So definitely several ways to do that. My favorite part of the shawl, well, I love the X's and O's, but one of my favorite things to add to a knit shawl is a ruffled border, especially a ribbed ruffled border. I just love the movement of that. Isn't that gorgeous? And it is super easy to do. The only downside that might intimidate you at first is the fact that you have to increase so many stitches. So we're already talking about a lot of stitches when we're at the bottom of a shawl, right? And then we have to do a lot of increases to accommodate that fullness for the ruffle and the ribbing. So it's going to be a lot of stitches at the end. You're going to want a long knitting needle for it. However, it's very zen when you're doing just a plain rib stitch like that. So you're just going to do ribbing back and forth. It's very relaxing, very zen. So don't be intimidated by the large stitch count. It's going to be super easy knitting by the time you get there. And it's so worth it in the end because you get that gorgeous ruffle. Does anybody have any questions? Are good for beginners. Thank you. And then after we go through not into a hat, hold on one second. I will answer those questions in a second. How to make a hat. Then we're also going to explore whether or not we can use this chart to use for filet crochet or maybe embossed crochet. So we're going to explore how to use the chart for crocheters too, so that everybody can be included and make X's and O's with this chart. I think it's going to be a long area, but we are definitely moving forward, and I should have the first tutorial video released before next Tuesday. So today I just kind of wanted to go over in detail all the different things, and some of you may have started the pattern already. I know some of you have, but others may have as well. So I wanted to take this time to answer anybody's questions about it as well. And 2 questions did come up while I was talking. I used Ancient Art Fibers yarns, which is linked in the pattern page, and Ancient Art Fibers is a sponsor of this season's Shawls for Sharing Make-Along. They're offering a discount on the yarn kit, and you can find that link on my website as well. Judy's also been sharing links for how to do that as well. And somebody else just asked, can we use this in any weight yarn? Absolutely. Anytime you make something that's a top-down increasing project, whether it's a knit shawl, a crochet shawl, Anytime you're doing top-down increasing, you can make it in any weight yarn, and then you choose how big you want it to be. Whether you use, this is DK weight. I also have one of their Luscious worsted weight yarns. We're going to sample both of these in the coming weeks. But you could make that. This used 2 balls of yarn, and there is a coupon code to get a discount on the yarn kit. And this is color amethyst. But because it's top-down increasing, you get to decide. You could do this in lace weight yarn and work more rows. You could do it in number 6 super bulky weight yarn and do less rows. You can do all of that. And all of the, oh yes, Judy's got a good point too. The yarn kit and the coupon code and all that, it's all written out in detail on the pattern page. Thank you, Black Swan. I appreciate it very much. I'm very proud. All right, we lose connection for a second there, but I'm back now. If somebody can hear me, would you please let me know? Yes, thanks, Judy, for the reminder. I did mention in the beginning, but I know people come in and out all the time. 100. Hi, Bruno. Oh, we have her. Did you want to say hi, sugar? Come say hi. Who wants to come say hi? Come here, baby. Oh. Hi, baby Bjorn. Oh, Black Swan wishes it was a crochet pattern. Well, it's not. This one is a knit pattern. Every other season, I'm alternating between donating a knit and crochet pattern for charity. Last season was the Easy Breezy Crochet Shawl, and you can still order that one. You can still purchase that one as well. You can participate every week. I make a point to call this a make-along and not call it a crochet along or a knit-along because I want everybody to feel included. So however you want to talk about charity, talk about giving back or paying it forward in your community, you're all invited and you're all included to be a part of this, whether you knit or crochet. The reason I alternate between knit and crochet shawls for sharing is to be that much more inclusive of everyone. But if there's a different pattern that you want to work on, by all means do that instead. And if there's other ways that you like to give back in your community, please share, because the more we share about what we do and our different creative ideas on being helpful, we build momentum and inspire each other. So please feel welcome to share whatever you're doing in your community as well. And like I said, I will be talking about ways that we could possibly extract some of the information from this pattern to make crochet things as well. Yes, my Amazon shop. It's Amazon. There is a link to it on my website as well, but here it is. Bjorn, a bunch of people said hello to you, sweetheart. He seems sleepy. Judy got it for me too. Thank you, Judy. Does anybody have any other questions? That's wonderful. Val's Giving Shawl Support has been talking about shawls for sharing last quarter and this quarter. You don't necessarily have to just be donating for domestic violence. That's the charity that has a special place in my heart. Not that others don't as well, but that's where I'm choosing to donate the funds. But you can choose to donate to anybody in need. It could be somebody specific that's special to you, or it could be a charity or a local donation. Thanks, Donna. Any suggestions for men having cancer treatments? Meaning things to make for them? Hats would be great. I know a lot of people like to donate hats to cancer patients. And, you just want to be mindful of what type of yarn you use. There are certain yarns that are more, softer yarns, things that don't have a lot of guard hair. So I think it would be best to stay away from animal fibers just in case someone has a wool allergy or any type of an allergy. I think doing something really smooth, I would probably stick with organic cotton or something like that, or bamboo or a blend of something like that, something that's hypoallergenic and smooth. I've heard that texture can sometimes be irritating when someone's going through cancer treatments as well. Or a lapgan too. A lapgan would be great for anybody. Yep, light blankets and lap blankets. Great idea, yes. I love all the questions. It's so great. I love hearing all the questions. But it's such a great conversation when we can compare notes and talk about different things and brainstorm together. You're welcome, Thea. No problem. What's the difference between DK and well, more than 6 categories, but let's go with the 6 that are numbers. So we have number 1, well, it starts at 0, which is lace weight, which is the thinnest yarn. Then it's number 1 is fingering weight, number 2 is sport weight, number 3 is DK weight, number 4 is worsted weight, number 5 is bulky weight, number 6 is super bulky. I believe there's a 7 also, and so whether you're going for the yarn. Now, that can vary between different fibers as well. Some fibers are more dense than others, and some fibers are more airy and lofty than others. So even within a yarn weight, you can get a different gauge based on different textures of yarn and different fiber contents. Cotton is usually more dense than budded fingering, 2 sport, 3 DK, 4 worsted, 5 bulky, and 6 super bulky. Then there are other numbers, then there are other names that come into play from there. So there's sock weight yarn. Sock weight is going to be somewhere around a number 2 sport weight. Sometimes they'll be called baby weight yarn. Baby weight yarn is usually around a number 3 DK weight. But that numbering system that I explained is countries have different ways of saying those same things. And I do have a page on my website. Let me see if I can find it. Where I have England and Australia, they do use different conversion charts. Let's see, let me just make sure I've got all this here. Yep, and it'll tell you what the conversion names are between the US, the UK, and Australia, the different names that things can go by. And then there are knitting needle and crochet needle conversion charts so that you know what the metric. They have other charts on there too that show you what weight you get when you double yarn. So like if you have a number 2 weight yarn and you double it, that makes a number 3. If you use 2 number 3 DK weight yarns, it makes a number 4 worsted weight. So you can get all of that information there too. There's a lot of information there. Let's see. Bunch of questions. Let's see. That's great. Kimberly's going her own shawls. You might really enjoy my new book, Crochet Power. Crochet Power 1, Making Stitch Patterns Work for You. It's a book that explores stitch patterns and then for top-down triangular shawls, squares for doing a growing square with 4 corners, and how to work a stitch pattern even in rows flat and even in the round also. You might really like that. And then, let's see. Karen Simply Soft is number 4 worsted weight, and it looks thinner than Red Heart Super Saver worsted weight. That's because of the way they're plied probably. One's probably plied a little tighter than the other. I do believe that they are both 100% acrylic, but there can always be differences in how tightly a yarn is spun or how tightly it's plied or how it's constructed in general. Oh, Thea's making a crochet shawl for someone in a nursing home. That's wonderful. Great. Yes, you can compare 2 yarns in the same weight and they can be, oh, here are the ancient fiber yarn. This is Lascaux DK and this is the Revival worsted. They are different blends of fiber. And they are, so This is the worsted weight. It's slightly thicker. Now it is a different fiber content too. I feel like the DK weight might be a little looser spun. This one seems a little tighter spun, but it is definitely thicker. And you know, I can really tell when I look at the balls. This is the DK. The yarn is plied, the softer it is, and the more tightly it's plied, the more firm it is. Assuming all things are the same otherwise, like same fiber content, same weight. Otherwise, it can be any number of other variables, different variables in making yarn. How it's considered is like a roving would be a one ply, and you know that that would be really not nearly as much structure. Lori spins yarn, and when she does a 3-ply, it's much more roundery. I'm guessing you mean more even. If it's the same weight as my 2-ply. Depends on how thick your plies are too, right? Yeah, that's a great thought, Kimberly. Yes, I'm sure people in nursing homes, especially if they don't have family, they feel forgotten there. I bet they do. It's a great place to donate your time, your crochet and knit items. It's a great place to donate cards. I've often heard that just sending cards to people in nursing homes is such a treat. Getting mail and getting letters and getting cards is such a great the time to volunteer somewhere. That's wonderful as well. Wow, we got to talk about so many ways of giving back. We got to be inspired by so many people's ideas today. Thank you all so much for sharing your ideas. It means so much to all of us when you share your ideas too, not just my ideas, but all of our ideas. Because the more we talk about positive things, giving back, the more we raise the bar and we raise the momentum so that we're all inspired to be that much kinder and that much more giving going forward. So I appreciate you all taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Shawls Sharing Make Along on my show. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe if you like the content. We have live videos all the time, and we have tons of knit and crochet tutorials. Just click that subscribe button below and click the bell next to it so you can be notified every time I go live and every time I have a new tutorial video released. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you decide you have questions later on today, or you want to share anything as soon as the live stream is over, please always feel welcome to leave questions or comments for me in the comments, as I get notified of them and I do get to reply and comment back throughout the day. Thank you so much for taking your time to spend these moments with me. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Have a